afternoon to each and everyone. I, jumar ochinang, will deliver a speech regarding the Sona. Last July 23, 2012 was the third State of the Nation address of President Benigno Aquino III, commonly known as Pinoy for us Filipinos. Pinoy gave emphasis of the wangwangs of our country. These wangwang are not only the noise that we can hear from a vehicle, but he associated with these terms those politicians who cause flaws in our country by doing anomalies or betrayals from the back of Filipino people. But more than this, he proudly made known his accomplishment not only inside our Congress, but most importantly for us Filipinos. And this progress in our country are the results of removing wangwang in our government, like the hunger rate, which down from 20.5% to 15.1%, wherein 1 million of Filipino are now eating well. This 7 times increase of our country in stock market, 23 billion interest payment reduction, and higher credit rating worldwide. And if last year there were only 73 companies who invest in our country, now it increased to 104 companies who will explore in our oil and natural gas resources. He also gave an emphasis in the advantage outputs of the zero-based budgeting, which serves as shield from useless spending of money. 2.5 billion of money were also saved from DPWH projects, which is result from blocking the mang-to-tompats, or those who uses money from taxes for their own instead for the DPW projects. The scarcity of our rice from 1.3 million metric tons of rice now become 660,000 metric tons. It means that we have increased in rice productivity due to the 11,611 hectares of irrigated farmlands. There was also very good news for our PNP and soldiers. If the salary of PO1 in Metro Manila is 13,000 a month, wherein almost half it goes on the rent of their houses, Pinoy made a solution by proclaiming a housing project for them. There were only 4,000 certificate of entitlement to land allocation given this July. For our police and soldiers, another good news for our military defense are newly shipments and modernized upgrade materials, like the Hamilton-class cutter, a modernized ship for guarding our seas and territories. For the first 6 months of 2010, there were already 1,010 cases of carnapping, while this year, there were only 460 cases dated from January. Anti-Trafficking Persons Act is now strictly implemented, making justice in our country improve not like in the past years. When it comes to job, there were 8% unemployment rate during April 2010. And after a year, 8% became 7.2%. This means that Pinoy provide 1.4 million jobs last year. Job mismatch will be corrected by DOLE, CHED, TESTA, and DepEd by formulating curriculums to fill the vacant jobs by newly trained competitive students. In the 2 million beneficiary of CCT program, 1.6 of it were already granted and continuously increasing. This shows improvements in the life of less fortunate Filipinos. He also proudly proclaimed the ARMM synchronization. This means that the election in ARMM will be dated in same day of nation election to avoid cheating of vote and monarchy of leadership. And for the future project, Pinoy introduced the Twin Project in promoting livelihood to the people while taking environment actions. This is by distributing of coffee and cocoa seed to plant for the informal settlers, for them to have their own means of living while taking care of the environment. He also said to plans of making monorail and light rail system for easy traveling and an answer of an unending traffic in Metro Manila. And another future project like compensation for the victims of martial law, right wage and benefits for the housemaids, improvement in our service like newly system of pension, scholarship for the less fortunate students, health and environmental services for the victims of calamities and strengthened governance in Bureau of Correction. National Bureau of Investigation, National Electrification Administration, PTV form for the improvement of public service. Sona is only one way of proclaiming improvement in our nation. And for the result, I admit that I like by little we are now gaining process, but improvement must not only be known through Sona, but I do hope that it must be felt by the Filipino.